So we are all caught up on Southern Charm. Ouch! So Southern Charm Season 6, Episode 3, Slide into your DMs like... Recap.
Or everybody's got such high morals.
Okay, so can we first talk about, I think it's called La Bae. Every time they flash the name on screen, every single time, I think it says labia. I know it does not say labia. I know that it doesn't really even sound like labia. But every time I have this like, whoop, like this reaction, this split-second reaction of like, what? And then I go, oh no, that's not it. So that clearly shows how well I did in French in college. So I'm pretty sure it's a French word. It's very classy. Catherine is dating a senator. She's a type. Now the thing is Thomas wasn't a senator. He was a state treasurer. And then he ran for senator, but he didn't make it very far. So I guess she's into politicians. And and she's got a Rolls Royce. And she's spending we did the math, it's like $80,000 a year.
It's got to be like a $1.5 million which
at least, which should be, it's got to be more than that. Because it's like, people buy those, I mean, $1 million ain't what it used to be.
She's paying rent that much, so.
That's ridiculous. But anyway, I mean, it's just silly, because it's like, I don't know, girl, tuck some of that money away if you can afford it, unless someone else is paying for it. In which case, if someone else goes, I'll pay for your rent, you rent the most expensive place possible, because they're not going to give you too money up front. I don't know if that's her case. I don't see any indication that that's the case. I assume she's spending, well, she doesn't even have full custody of the kids, so I don't know if she gets any child support.
Pretty sure she does now with her,
yeah.
The other guy, is he in jail?
I don't know. I don't think the case. I think in real time right now, I don't think he's gone to. I don't do that kind of research because it's too much to try to balance what's really happening in real life versus the 6 months ago this was filmed.
Plus, we don't care.
This is not homework. Craig listed 20 whole pillows on his website. 1, good for him for doing it, but 2, really?
How is that a business?
But here's the thing. Well, because people... Now, this is what's smart, though, about it, is that people that are fans of the show can actually buy a product from him. And that he gets his... If you're going to have...
One pillow.
Woo! They're probably $60. Look them up or something. $60 a pillow.
And he makes 20 a week.
Or something that makes 20 whole ones a week. Anyway,
they're probably like
I don't know. This is clearly some running joke because he gave Patricia a pillow. Anyway, Austin Madison, which I legit was like, isn't that the name of that website you go to cheat? And we were like, that sounds really familiar. Austin Madison.
How would you know?
Because it was, because a whole bunch of famous housewives' husbands were found on the site. Because remember they made the list public?
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure that's Ashley Madison, but every time they say his name, I'm like, why does Austin Madison sound so familiar? So anyway, shock of all shockers are cheating. Shep in this whole, well, she cheated thing, he cheated first. So this whole, like, well, you deserve better. I'm like, no, they probably deserve each other. But I do agree with the part, which is, and I've said this before, that when you break up and get back together, it's like putting back together a pot and repairing it, or when you break something and you repair it. And usually if you keep breaking it and breaking, then it's a bad cycle to get into.
You mean it's not a good thing to cheat on someone?
No, I guess that is the takeaway.
Okay.
I'm going to go on a limb
Who would
here.
have known?
I'm going to go on a limb here and say that if you continually cheating on each other, it's probably a bad thing. So I'm going to go for it. No, what I liked about the whole reveal was that Danny was sitting there. So the person they're talking about was named Gentry, which is the most ridiculous name for a first name. Anyway, I just can't get over it. Every time they say it, I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyway, and Danny's sitting there, and so I don't know. I can't tell the blonde girls apart. One of them was telling the story about, so I won't tell you who, and Danny's like, it's Gentry. I'm dating him. And then she's like, well, and I won't tell you who the person was who told Craig. And Danny's like, it was me. It was me.
It was some random girl.
It was some random girl.
It was me.
And I feel like Danny's like, am I a ghost? Can anyone hear me? Because it was like this this is how I'm going to share this story, and they didn't plan on Danny being like, oh no, it's not some random girl, it's me, and it's not some random guy, it's Gentry. And this is for real, not just some random rumors. Oh, speaking of random rumors, so Catherine's in the senator, and I didn't even know his name, and I Googled disgraced Florida senator. And the guy's name popped up, and I was like, well, thank you, Google. You knew exactly what I was looking for.
Jeb Bush.
So,
No, who is it? I don't know.
I don't know, Joe something. And they're talking about all these rumors. And here's the deal. They said they were rumors. They could be, they couldn't be. It is a little distressing that she hooked up with someone.
Like, the photos they showed, like, on the video were like,
right. Well,
him naked, here's my junk. Like,
I don't.
that's a little disturbing.
I don't know. I mean, this is if you ever doubt the intelligence of our politicians, Democratic and Republican.
Don't. They're just idiots.
They're like,
All
more
of
like,
them.
oh, hypocritical, and you're like, oh, I'm shocked. I'm so shocked. Politicians in a day like where you can take a screenshot, they're constantly sending pictures of their junk. They need to get a handle on it. So I now imagine that the first
Trust
day...
me, that's what they're trying to do. Get somebody's handle on it.
So imagine the first day the Senate, they're like, oh, we're going to have a little introductory meeting. First of all, I'm just going to tell you right now, don't send dick pics because it will end up on Twitter and then on TMZ. Like, and then the guys are like, oh yeah, totally. I'm totally going to do it anyway. Okay, so, but it is kind of weird that Catherine goes for a guy who's accused of the exact same thing that her ex is. It's not even a new thing. Like, why not mix up, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a crime that's different than what Thomas has done.
$6,600 rent in a Rolls Royce. Who cares?
Anyway, so then they had a Godzilla commercial, which we decided we had to talk about. So they had the housewives.
That wasn't a commercial. That was the teaser for next week, honey.
So, this is what I told John. I said, if there's any doubt about how real the Real Housewives are, that commercial is Exhibit A, because it proved that they have zero acting abilities. So, like, if that's them acting, then the Real Housewives has to be real, because they were so wooden they made Pinocchio look like a real boy. So then Shep and Craig decided they're going to sit down with Austin and tell him a hard, difficult truth. Now, if there are ever two people who have exhibited a more poor way to do this, well, actually, it's not a big deal, but possibly, but it's just so small. And I thought, we're going to die before they actually say anything.
Seriously.
So they are, and you know,
Your girlfriend's hooking up with a senator, dude.
No, not the senator.
Might as well have been. She wasn't getting paid enough to be a senator.
She hit on some anonymous guy that some random girl told them about.
That is also happens to be on the show.
Right. Well, anyway, so that is the episode. It is ridiculous. I don't know why none of these people work. I did see Cameron come home and drink after work, which is, I totally get, but it's not, it's probably not the healthiest way to cope, John, just so you know.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to see you in a few days.